Hi, Over Kids. This is Mrs. Jenks, and we are celebrating Read Across America Day at our school today. And I will be reading to you the book entitled Raven by Gerald McDermott.
Raven by Gerald McDermott. As you can see, it's a Caldecott Honor Award winner. Raven came. All the world was in darkness. The sky above was in darkness. The waters below were in darkness. Men and women lived in the dark and cold. Raven was sad for them. He said, "I will search for light." Raven flew across valleys and across mountains. He flew along rivers and over lakes. There was darkness all around. Then he saw a bit of light far away. He flew and came closer to the light. The light was at the edge of the water. The light came from the house of the Sky Chief, and it was shining. Raven perched high in a pine tree on the shore. Raven watched. He saw a beautiful young girl emerge from the shining house and go to the edge of the water. She was the Sky Chief's daughter. She knelt and drank some water from a woven basket. Raven changed himself into a pine needle. He fell down from the tree and floated on the water. When the girl drank again, she swallowed the pine needle. After a time, the girl gave birth to a child. The child was small and dark with shiny black hair and tiny black eyes. Who do you think the child was? It was Raven. Raven had been reborn as a boy child. The Sky Chief was delighted with his daughter's child. He called him Grandchild. He played with the boy and carved toys for him. He invited the elders to come and see the curious, wonderful child. The elders gathered in the shining house with the Sky Chief and his daughter. They watched Raven crawl around the floor of the lodge. He pretended to be playing. All the time he was trying to find where the light was hidden. He saw a box in the corner of the lodge. The box was large. It was carved and painted with many colors. The box was bright. It glowed. Ravenchild said, "Gaw, gaw." "What do you want?" asked his mother. Ravenchild said, "Gaw, gaw." He began to cry. "What does the child want?" asked the elders. Ravenchild said, "Gaw, gaw." He cried and cried. "My grandchild wants the box," said the Sky Chief. The young woman placed the box in front of the Ravenchild, but he continued to cry. She took the lid off the box, and inside was a smaller box. She took the lid off of that box. Inside was a smaller box. His mother took the lid off of that box, and light poured out of it. Light flooded the room. Inside the box was a shining ball blazing with light. What do you think the ball was? It was the sun. "Give him the ball," said the Sky Chief. His mother gave Ravenchild the ball, and Ravenchild stopped crying. He began to play with it. He rolled it around the floor of the lodge. "Gaw, gaw." Then he changed into a bird. "Ha, ha." He became a raven once again. "Caw, caw." Sky Chief, his daughter, and the elders looked on in amazement. Raven plucked up the ball of light in his beak, flew through the smoke hole of the lodge, and disappeared into the dark sky. Raven flew over the valleys and mountains. He flew along the rivers, across the lakes. Raven flew through the sun high into the sky, and it stayed there. This is how Raven stole the sun and gave it to all the people. And why do people always feed Raven? to thank him for bringing them light. That was the story Raven by Gerald McDermott. Raven by Gerald McDermott is a tale from the Pacific Northwest. The Pacific Northwest was home to tribes like the Chinook tribe. The Chinook lived in what is now Washington and Oregon, mainly around the Columbia River and Pacific Ocean. The Chinook were one of the 6 Northwest Indians who erected totem poles. The meaning of totem pole art and its purpose is to celebrate people or special events. Just like the book, Totem tells a story, each of the different animals, as it has different meaning. You'll notice in your pamphlet for Read Across America Day that you have some totem pole information and some totem pole artwork. You'll use this artwork to complete the project that I have laid out for you. Get ready for the next direction. As you can see in your pamphlet, you have a key that shows you what different totem pole symbols represent. Each student will get one of these sticks. It is your job to try to imitate some of the totem pole symbols that you see in your pamphlet. When you are finished, raise your hand, and I might just let you help me decorate our group totem pole. For this activity, you'll check with your teacher, and then you'll come over here and use pastels to see if you can mimic some of the symbols in your totem pole pamphlet.